It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day.
You gonna give him a hug?
Happy Valentine's Day.
He wants a hug.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, man. Good to see you, brother.
Oh,
good to see you.
Happy Valentine's
Get
Day.
a room, you two.
Happy Valentine's Day. Tonight we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Pelicans out in New Orleans. And for New Orleans,
and thank you for joining us for this Valentine's Day presentation of the NBA. It's a matchup you're going to love right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. The Thunder made a special trip here for one game, back in Oklahoma City for the next one. This is a game they expect to win. They come into this matchup confident and ready to take care of business.
Yeah, fourth and final matchup on the season, guys, and coming into this one, having won 2 of the first 3, there's the confidence there. The question is whether or not they can pull off the win tonight.
It's a crucial game for both franchises. No one wants to lose this one tonight, which will make it all the more exciting for the fans.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, guys, you remember that Anthony Davis had a growth spurt in high school that took him from a 6'2" guard to a 6'10" big man. Now, he remembered telling his mother, I can't fit in my bed, I can't fit in my shoes, I can't fit in these jeans you brought me. And her saying, I just bought those 3 weeks ago. Kevin?
It's all paid off in the long run, though. Thanks, DA. Oh, right around this time of the season, Smitty, it's easy to lose focus. Talk about how players keep themselves motivated to bring it every night. That, to me, would seem very difficult.
It is, and I think you got to set those little small goals. I think on one of our teams, our goals was after the All-Star break, you can see we were starting to get into that funk, and what we said was, let's not lose 2 games in a row for the rest of the season. Those type of small goals keeps everybody engaged.
Do you put the season in terms of every 20 games, every 10 games? How do you measure it to kind of pace yourself?
I think most teams do it in a block of 20s. Like you said, you kind of go a block of 20s and see if you can go, 75% in those games. And that's where you start to see the great teams, they do that.
It's good to know. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Robertson and George fill out the wings. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. And it's Schroeder in at the point guard.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And we've all heard the rumors that have been floating around the last few seasons. A lot of speculation if Davis could get traded or Greg leave in free agency.
I mean, Davis moving would be one of the rare situations where it literally could shake up the entire league. You hear a lot of different teams express their interest in him, but credit to Davis. He really has remained committed to New Orleans and has said everything you'd want to hear from a fan's perspective.
Here's Robertson. He kicks it to George. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
Now here is Holiday, coming off a stellar performance against Orlando. Shot clock at 5. That one off the back iron and out. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And George kicks to Robertson. Pass to Schroeder. Lets it go with a 3. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. Adams' shot is off.
That's one of those where you think you've got it, you relax for just a second, and then you're kicking yourself.
Now the pass to Miller. Paul George with the steal. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Here's Adams. And Robertson has it in the corner. George looking around. Shot clock at 6. Over Randall. Here's Adams. No luck. They battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. George against Miller. Payton outside. kicks to Davis. Shoots over Adams. And Davis gets it to go on the assist by Payton.
That's the thing about AD. He makes you guard him on all three levels, this time from mid-range.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And it's Schroeder missing. Last game in New Orleans, they picked up the win against Orlando.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
When things come too easy, it's easy to lose focus. But they held each other accountable and played hard.
Al Grant following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt. Here's the teardrop.
What's crazy about AD as a shot blocker, he can block your shot at all three levels.
Payton, that's good. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage. Now to see some numbers for Paul George. First in steals, and he has so many different ways to get the ball in the basket. Right now ranked third in the league in points per game.
And as you said, #1 in steals this season. He's the sneakiest ball hawk in the league right now. Hide everything you've got because he's coming after you. Here's Robertson. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. Let's quickly now take a peek at the league leaders in blocks. Anthony Davis is second.
There aren't going to be many nights when you don't see him affect the game with his shot blocking ability.
And Adams kicks to Grant. 5 to shoot. Pass to Schroeder. Takes a 3. Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And GA, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
He just never gives up on any play, any shot. He's always battling in the paint. He's one of the best at that position.
Here's Payton, following the score by Oklahoma City. The three-pointer, no good. Shoots from 14, and he connects with the jumper. And that ties it up. And Alvin Gentry's been coaching in the NBA for almost 3 decades now. Steve, he knows how to get things done.
And a lot of what Gentry does is gives his players freedom. As long as they take care of business, he won't meddle too much. Does a great job of managing personalities and keeping egos in check.
Al Grant following the three-point attempt by Anthony Davis. Grant kicks it over to Schroeder. Lays it up off the glass. Schroeder's got his first points in this one.
Tremendous work inside by Dennis, using every inch of his frame to finish.
Here's Davis, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Can't convert, but a good opportunity from mid-range. He'll take that every time.
Here's Schroeder. Payton with some nice D.
You know, a little off his game this quarter. Still trying to find a rhythm, though.
Miller against George. To the wing right side. No one near Randall as he lets it go. And he's on the money with his first shot today. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Adams, the pass to Grant. That 3 off the mark. The Pelicans have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Miller against George. Miller kicks to Davis. That's good, and it's Miller with the assist. And that's now 6 points for Davis.
How about watching AD with his size to put the ball on the deck and make a play going downhill?
Now, here's George, coming off a solid outing against Portland. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Count it from 12. George has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Steve, we talk a lot about team defense, but who in your mind are some of the best on-ball defenders in the game now?
Kawhi Leonard is fantastic. Avery Bradley, Marcus Smart, Draymond Green does a nice job. Even Klay Thompson, he's asked to guard a whole bunch of different guys. The list goes on and on of guys being able to slide their feet without fouling. It's beautiful to watch.
New Orleans has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Payton kicks to Davis. Shoots over Adams. And too long on the shot.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
The Thunder shooting their first free throws of this game.
Only shooting 71 really on the season, so there is plenty of room for improvement.
Throw good, Paul George. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. To the inside, knocked away. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. Right now they're locked into 3rd place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs. And of course New Orleans just way behind.
And I think for New Orleans, they weren't part of the discussion of teams on the rise as we came into the year. And now, quite frankly, we know why. If anything, they've taken a step back.
They really have. And maybe it's not the time to close the book on their season just yet, but that time isn't far off.
The Thunder with the lead. Here's Robertson. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Grant. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. It's stolen by Davis. To the inside. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession.
And a moment now to see some numbers for Julius Randle. He's averaging 19 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Well, and we've seen defenses try to adjust, but he has the intelligence along with the talent, just finds new ways to beat them.
Now, here is George. He has 7. Over Miller. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. New Orleans has gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Lobs it up for Holiday. Oh, that's blocked. Down low, here's George. A beautiful reverse layup. George has got 9 points.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Randle no good. The Thunder leading by 3. Robertson kicks it over to Schroeder. Pass to Grant. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. George with the bounce pass. Shoots. Here's Adams. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Adams has got his second basket.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Yeah, you need to refocus now. Momentum is running against you.
And from what I'm seeing, there's too many unfavorable matchups out there on the floor.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Noel comes in for Grant. That's Felton in for Dennis Schroeder. It's stolen by Adams. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Payton looking around. He kicks it to Miller. 5 to shoot. They need this one, and he hits the jump shot.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Outside, George knocks it loose. Dishes it to Robertson. Miller against George. To the middle, Noel, and slam dunk by Noel.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Holiday finds Miller. Davis with it. He's covered by Felton. And Davis puts it in.
He has great instincts on the offensive end. He's tough to contain.
There's the pass to Robertson. George with the ball. And it's Miller picking him up. Here's Robertson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Three-pointer. Doesn't go for him. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Payton against Felton. Payton passes to Holiday. Randall surveying the D. Floats it up for Davis. Hammers the alley-oop through.
What a beautiful play, and it was great timing. Then the athletic finish by AD.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Now here is Holiday. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Outside, George. Outside, Felton. The high post shot. Again, the Thunder score. 19 seconds left in the first quarter. Payton against Felton. Payton outside. Right side, Davis. Holiday up top. He knocks it down right at the buzzer.
That's a shot he'll never forget. As dramatic as they come.
A thrilling way to finish this one.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Oklahoma City. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And we resume our Valentine's Day broadcast. Glad to have you with us. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Cleaning the glass. I mean, right from the jump, and that really helped them to set the tone.
What you have to do is establish a physical presence early. An aggressiveness their opponent has failed to match.
And so George will bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's a 3-point game. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for Oklahoma City right now, Robertson and George fill out the wings. Luke Babbitt is out there with Nerlens Noel. Then it's Felton in at the point guard position. Now here is Holiday. Frazier outside. Back to Holiday. There's the dish to Mirotic. Just 4 to shoot. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. George has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The shot's good from Robertson.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
George against Moore. To the paint. Here's Davis. And the rejection by Noel. Here's Robertson, guarded by Holiday. It's George on the wing. And he drops it in from the low post. Now it's a 7-point Thunder lead.
No one rotating over to help on the mismatch. Easy lay-in.
Davis dishes to Moore. Davis against Noel. Back to Moore. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed.
Unselfish play by Davis. He understands that his scoring can only take this team so far. He needs help from the guys around him.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Smitty, when you were playing, the league tinkered with the distance of the 3-point line. Given the emphasis on perimeter offense now, should they consider moving it further out?
Kevin, please not. No way. Guys are shooting it 4,
I had to ask.
5 feet behind the line already. Now if you move it back, then they're going to move back to half court.
I know.
Keep the line the way it is right now. I like it the way it is right now, Kevin.
It's enough of a challenge, don't you think?
Yes, it is.
Okafor is checked in for New Orleans. Good on the second free throw. Now here is Holiday. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Felton against Frazier. 13 feet away. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
You know, going up against size, you know you have to get separation. Nice move from mid-range.
Now, here is George. 12 points for him. And there's the feed to Noel. Good on the shot.
Attacking on the interior, I like that attitude.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And on the season, you know, only shooting around 73%, so not necessarily where he'd like to be.
That's good from Noel. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Frazier against Felton. Frazier kicks to Holiday. No good from outside.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night.
George, no good.
and I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Moore passes to Frazier, and that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz. And then on Saturday, it'll be the Sacramento Kings coming into town.
And the matchup against the Nuggets, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
George, that's a two-pointer, offensive rebound. And that one's good. Noel's got 9.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Here's Robertson, and the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And now an 11-point Oklahoma City lead.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Andre Robertson.
And with the break here, let's look at the stats for Holiday. He's averaging 20 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
You know, mentally, he's a pass-first type of player. It gets everyone involved and engaged, and that really sparks this offense.
No good, unable to end this run. Oklahoma City comes into this one after the win against the Trailblazers. No good from Grant.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
That's just two tough competitors meeting right at the rim. Someone, in my opinion, had to lose.
Felton finds Noel. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. 11 points for Nerlens Noel.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Outside Holiday. 6 on the shot clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jahlil Okafor. That'll be his second foul of the game. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. They're on a 14-4 run right now. And George kicks to Grant. George against Moore. That 3 off the mark. Pelicans trail by 13 to the inside. Mirotic, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
How about the muscle Mirotic? He wheels the shot in despite the physical D.
Steve, you had an excellent playing career. Talk a little bit about the work you had to put in and just to get to the NBA.
Yeah, it comes down to that work ethic. Obviously, we all have talent, but you have to put in that work, and that work continues on the court, off the court, and it's basically 365 days a year where you have to find a way to get better.
Was it mainly shooting for you?
No, not mainly shooting for me, Kevin. I think it was always just my overall game.
Now, here's Felton. Kicks to George. Noel trying to break loose.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Moore passes to Mirotic, and Mirotic throws it down.
and he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
I think it very well could be. That might be the game-changing play that helps push them over the top.
George with the bucket.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the three at a ridiculous rate.
Now here's Frazier, and Okafor slams it in.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. The three from George. Okafor grabs the miss. Outside Holiday. No good on the triple.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
Felton taking his time here from 10 feet out, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Felton's got the lead up to 13 now for the Thunder. New Orleans gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Frazier kicks to Mirotic. Moore outside. Here's Frazier. A good finish at the rack off the slick feet. Frazier's got 4 this quarter.
He has a score-first mindset. Each one plays with a lot of poise, and that buys him time to find the open man.
They get it back. George. Felton dishes to Noel. George, with no one around, gets the jumper from the corner to fall. George has got 19 points. And it's Frazier with the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans, trailing by 13. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Look how assured Mirotic is, pulling the trigger immediately.
Oklahoma City's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Felton finds George. Passes it to Babbitt from outside the arc. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists in the game.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Now here's Moore. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. Back to Holiday. Looking to get back on track here. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts. Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
Now it appears an injury out on the floor, and that does not look like any fun.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
It's an unfortunate part of the game. Our thoughts and prayers are with him.
Some changes for New Orleans. Davis is checked in for Okafor. Miller comes in for Ejuan Moore. And it's Payton in for Frazier. A different look for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Patterson comes in for Luke Babbitt. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Raymond Felton. Now here's Payton. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Orlando. Got a piece of it. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder. Outside Mirotic. 5 to shoot. Adams, some nice D.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And for Dennis Schroeder, the German guard, his one major shortcoming, his shot.
Not a great shooter from deep, and it impacts the rest of his game. high usage player the last few years. Hard to see him continue that role if he can't become more efficient from outside.
The Thunder shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. That free throw good from Patterson.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Mirotic passes to Holiday. Outside, Davis. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Making a dent in this deficit. He's been on point tonight.
And as we see Anthony Davis step into what could be the best years of his career, Smitty, who does he remind you of?
You know, a lot like Kevin Garnett in his prime. The way he can impact both sides of the floor. He's cagey with the three-point shot, and he also has a little bit of Hakeem Olajuwon in him.
One shot, gentlemen.
Oklahoma City leading by 13. Schroeder kicks to Adams. Back to Schroeder. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
There's a certain electricity to Schroeder's game, this time with the statement finish.
Payton finds Mirotic. And the three off target.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Lets it go from 11. And it's George missing. And so Miller will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Back to Payton. There's 1:17 left in the first half of basketball. Mirotic against Patterson. From deep. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Here's Schroeder. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 6th assist on the night.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Now here's Davis. He's got 13. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Why does the pump fake work? Because of AD's height and ability to elevate. The defender knows he has to close hard to have a chance.
He is 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
First free throw is good.
The former #1 overall pick, Anthony Davis, does a great job of representing this franchise. Makes big plays on both ends of the floor.
Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Jeremy Grant. He's perfect from the line this time.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Pass to Patterson. And here's George. Over Payton. And that one's good, George. George has got 12 points now in the quarter.
And just carrying over from his last game. Completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
Now here is Holiday. Pulls up on the wing. He can't get that one. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Oklahoma City out in front, leading by 17. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Alvin Gentry. And Coach, you guys struggled in the first half. What will be your message to your team to try and turn it around?
Well, I think the big thing was that I thought we were getting good shots. We just weren't knocking them in. And then I thought we had to play a little faster. I thought we had to pick up the pace of the game. We did, and we started making a few shots.
We'll see who wins that pace-space battle in the second half. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. One half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 steal. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
When Paul George plays with high energy, he goes to a level others can't reach. He defends 4 and 5 positions. On the other end, it's effortless for him to create good looks. One of the most intriguing players to watch when he's on his game.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I don't want to see guys dribble between their legs and shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 101. Maintain position 101. Learn how to play basketball 101. Things like that, Ernie.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Yeah, and the fact he's posted a double-double with about half the game left to play, that's impressive.
He's been one of, if not the hardest worker over the first 2 quarters. His tenacity has been the difference.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Down low, it's Randall and Davis. Payton and Holiday are together in the backcourt, and it's Miller in at the small forward position. That's Alvin Gentry's 5 as we get into the second half. It's good. Miller's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Pelicans.
Serve and the defense there. He makes a terrific read.
George against Miller. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Randall. And here we go. Fast break. Payton's got it from 17 feet out. And good that time. Payton's got his second bucket of the game to go. Oklahoma City leading by 13. Schroeder kicks to Grant. George passes to Adams. Inside. Grant. That's good.
And a high percentage look there, and he takes full advantage, bumps up the lead.
Yeah, the lead now is double digits. Some tricky matchups out there, not a lot of solutions.
Moment here now for an injury report.
Well, Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for the Pelicans. Unfortunately, it does not look good at all. Boy, losing a player like him right now, just a huge blow. They depend on this guy so much, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
And not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
I mean, a devastating blow, to say the least.
Payton, a second chance effort. And it's Davis missing.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Schroeder, and Davis sends it back.
Just 1 for 4 since the break. They are looking for better efficiency on the offensive end.
Holiday gets the bucket.
And that's the pressure Holiday puts on your defense. Sees the opportunity, gets his shot inside.
Schroeder kicks to Grant. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Outside for George. Over Miller. George, no good.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Out to the wing. Floats it up for Randall. That cuts the lead to single digits.
And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
This was all sparked by their defense. They got some stops, and they did it in a hurry.
Floats one up, and it's Schroeder missing.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Schroeder against Payton. Back to Holiday. Paul George grabs the miss. George has got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Robertson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
You have to credit the pinpoint pass for making that play possible.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. That one misses. Well, we've seen the growth of the G League, especially in how much it's been utilized for player development. A lot of guys going up to the NBA level. Steve, how do you think we'll see this evolve over the next 10 years?
I think the G League and this partnership with the NBA and teams has been fantastic. It's kind of similar to baseball right now in the minor leagues, and the teams have done a great job of having the flexibility to bring guys up and down. I love it for a lot of these young guys to get a chance to develop and also be a part of, I would say, the big team.
Excellent point. And here's New Orleans now. They're on a 13-4 run. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Drew Holiday, Steve, is such a huge factor on the defensive end whenever he's on the floor.
You know, it's been a focus for him to step his game up on that end of the floor. He moves his feet so well that guys can't just blow by him. Numerically, the way he discourages shots at the rim, it's like having a defensive center on the floor.
And he makes the first. Well, Greg, Anthony Davis with so much talent, it's easy to take Drew Holiday for granted.
I mean, I think Holiday is the catalyst in terms of this team's ability to create and really put pressure on an offense. It has improved his scoring and become a very efficient option at that guard spot. Has always been selective with his shots, but now is pressing a bit more to get involved, and more aggression from him, I think, has helped his production.
Now here's Felton, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Miller with a wide open look, misses the 3. The Thunder leading by 6. Here's Grant. The Thunder with another miss. Holiday left side. And Davis wide open. He shoots. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
This is the problem with guarding AD. He can shoot, he can drive left, he can drive right. Simple offense, but impossible to defend.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And as of late, they have not looked good at all. Actually, they've been dominated.
And the worst part, they're starting to get down on themselves. Really need that one big play to spark some life back into them.
Here's a look at the stats for Anthony Davis. Just an incredible month of basketball, putting up about 22 points per, 12 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. So much of what this team does revolves around his offense.
He stacks up points. Reason why? Because that's his mindset. He wants to carry the load and clearly is successful at it.
Now, here's Grant. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Grant's got his second basket.
Oh, how pretty was that? Used the rim to protect the ball perfectly.
Randall against Noel. And it's Davis at the elbow. Over Adams. And it's Davis missing. And so Grant will bring it up for Oklahoma City. 17 points was their biggest margin. And that one's good. Noel.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Davis finds Miller. Back to Davis. Pass to Miller. Here's Randall. The rebound by Grant. Grant's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Robertson the pass to Grant. Adams with it. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Felton against Payton. Here's Adams. Great D that time from Davis.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Holiday.
I love the adjustments he's made here in the second half, getting the looks he wants now and shooting a much higher percentage.
Back to Adams. Over to the left wing. Felton dishes to Adams. There's the 3. Miller grabs the miss. New Orleans gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Got a piece of it. Outside, Davis uses the glass to finish the layup. And now just a 3-point Oklahoma City lead.
Off the bounce, AD has all options available to him, using the entire court as his canvas to create.
Now here's Grant. Now Felton. Miller kicks to Payton. The pass to Randall. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
For New Orleans, they have been at their finest 4 at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. That one drops. He ties it up. Oklahoma City's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Felton against Payton. Felton finds Robertson. Grant outside. Two points. That one goes. Grant's got 6 in the quarter.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Davis, the pass to Holiday. Felton against Payton. Randall right side. Out to Payton. Over Felton. And it's off the back rim. No good. The Thunder shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Here's Robertson, guarded by Holiday. Here's Robertson. He has 6 from deep, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Why don't we go to the 2K leaderboard? Over the past month, these teams have been playing a very entertaining brand of basketball. Number 1, the Thunder.
They've been playing an exciting brand of basketball during that time. I mean, taking every chance to get out in the open floor.
Payton kicks to Davis. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Steven Adams picks one up.
Too much contact. You see what the defender's trying to do, but Davis can be sneaky.
He's made all 5 of his attempts at the line so far. And he knocks down the first one. Patterson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. He doesn't get the second one. And it's Felton with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 17 points was their biggest margin. He kicks to Patterson. Offline with his three. The Pelicans trail. Payton right side. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Raymond Felton.
And the 6'4", 485-pound Payton certainly has a unique skill set. Also wants to keep improving as a leader.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. We've got 1:48 left in the third. Robertson finds Noel. It's tipped. In the corner, it's Patterson. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. 5 on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. Oklahoma City gets it back. That one goes in. And that's 15 points for Nerlens Noel.
I like what he's given them tonight. Efficient offense that's helped fuel this lead.
Here's Holiday, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And a look here at the passing numbers over the last several months for Holiday.
One aspect of his game that's suffered the past few months has been his passing. He hasn't shown that same creativity with the basketball that we'd seen from him earlier in the season, and his assists are way down because of it.
And the first one drops.
And you know, Drew Holiday sometimes gets overlooked in the discussion of great point guards, but only because there's so much competition at that position.
And he makes both free throws.
See, now he's getting defenders back on their heels a little bit, getting to the foul line here in the second half.
Knocked loose. Here's Patterson, and Davis sends it back. Robertson kicks to Felton. Here's Patterson. Off target from 3-point range.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Holiday against Felton. Here's Davis. Trying to get open is Randall, and it's Davis missing. Oklahoma City trailing.
2-for-1 territory, but they got to work quick.
This is where the play calling comes in. Let's see what they got.
Robertson can't hit, and Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Free throw, good, Holiday. And the Thunder with some changes. George is checked in for Jeremy Grant, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Raymond Felton. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Oklahoma City shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Schroeder, right side. Over Payton, and that one's good. Schroeder Schroeder's got the game tied up here for Oklahoma City.
Great confidence from Schroeder. Even with the defender lurking, he's focused on his target.
Yep, that one goes. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Pelicans on top, ending the third quarter on a 15-6 run. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break.
Don't miss the high-flying action this All-Star Saturday night as the NBA's top slam dunk specialists do battle in the slam dunk contest.
And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
Three-tenths quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Robertson and George fill out the wings. Nerlens Noel is out there with Patrick Patterson. And it's Schroeder in at the one spot. They get the rebound, and Davis can't get it to go. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. And George kicks it over to Schroeder. Noel dishes to Schroeder. It's rebounded by Payton.
And you know they wanted that one to go down.
They could have tied it up. That was a huge opportunity they missed.
And stolen by Noel. Passes it to Patterson. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Back to George. Clock at 6. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot.
Quick lick from Patterson makes finishing plays off with a dunk look easy.
For New Orleans, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. And it's Miller penetrating. Randall outside. Schroeder against Payton. From 15 feet away, here's Davis. Trying to get open is Randall. The shot, no good. George with the defensive effort. Takes it out to Schroeder. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. And now it's a 3-point Thunder lead.
And he finally gets involved from beyond the arc. His first 3 of the game comes here in the second quarter.
Pass to Davis. And it's Miller in the corner. Payton outside. Now Holiday. Back to Payton. Shoots the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Noel's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And tonight he just hasn't been efficient offensively. That's a big reason why they're behind.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Pass to Robertson. Kicks it to Noel. 6 to shoot. Now the pass to George. Back to Schroeder. From deep 3-point range. Pelicans with the rebound. Davis has got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Here's Miller. Davis, the pass to Payton. Loads it up for Davis. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
The advanced skill set of AD. When he gets to feeling good, he's a really hard guy to stop.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I mean, just wants to make sure everybody's on the same page here going forward.
You know, sometimes the best way to approach it, let your guys know what they're doing well and give them 1 or 2 things that they could have done better.
on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
The Thunder with another miss. And so Payton will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. And Holiday has it in the corner. It's deflected.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
A nice shot by George.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Now here's Randall. He dishes it to Holiday. Payton outside. Miller finds Davis. Over Noel. And Davis can't get it to go. The Thunder leading by 3. Robertson the pass to Noel. And Noel throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. High post, Davis. Back to Payton. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Payton's got 10 points here in the second half.
You like the unselfishness there from Davis, a high-scoring big who can facilitate.
And Patterson kicks to Robertson. Back to Patterson. Oklahoma City moving it around. Here's Schroeder. And no good that time. Davis with some nice D. Holiday, the pass to Randall. Payton with the ball. Tries it from 19. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Holiday.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
On the wing, George. Covered by Miller. George dishes to Schroeder. Here's Robertson. He's defended by Randall. Robertson can't hit.
You know, this is a time when you don't have to force anything. You're in command of this game.
Payton finds Davis. Now here's Randall to take the lead. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. And the Pelicans lead by 1. Schroeder looking around. George against Miller. The 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Outside Holiday. Miller outside. He kicks it to Randall. Left side Davis. Over Noel. The rebound by Paul George. George has got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. And slam dunk by Noel. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Now here is Holiday to the inside. Noel against Davis. Over Noel. He can't hit that time. And the Thunder going the other way now. 17 points was their biggest margin. George against Miller. And it's Schroeder in the corner. From past the arc, hits the three-point bomb. Schroeder's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Oklahoma City. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Payton outside. Randall kicks to Miller. Holiday left side with the shot, and it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And yes, it's good. Now it's a 6-point Thunder lead.
And Schroeder entrusted to run this offense, making the right call.
Holiday with the 3, and that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got 4 assists now tonight.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Now here's Patterson. Here's George. And Davis pulls it down. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Schroeder against Payton. Outside, Davis. He feeds it to Miller. Shoots over Schroeder. Miller, no luck. Oklahoma City leading by 3. And here's George for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
I can't understand in the midst of a game you leave an elite shooter this wide open.
To the inside, changes up, and the rejection by Noel.
Tough to cut into the lead when you can't make shots. He's been off all period.
Kicks it out to Schroeder. And the Thunder another 3.
Typically playing the role of catalyst. This time, Schroeder's the one who gets set up.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Pelicans trail by 9. Payton kicks to Davis. Over Adams. Davis with the bucket. Davis has got 10 points here in the second half.
You like how he uses his height there.
Sure, working the in-between area. Not many guys with the length to bother him.
And it's Schroeder missing.
I appreciate the attack mindset, but with the defense tracking him down, it was probably better to kick that one out.
And Miller with the basket on the assist by Holiday. And now just a 5-point Oklahoma City lead. Oklahoma City has gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. And George kicks it over to Schroeder. No good from outside. And so it's Rendell bringing it up now for the New Orleans Pelicans. Holiday. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
This is a tough kid. Holiday's fought through injuries. He's a physical player and a fearless player as well.
He drops the first one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. Both free throws good from Drew Holiday.
He thrives in these big moments. He's always ready to help put the game away.
Oklahoma City leading by 3. Here's Schroeder. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Schroeder's got 19 points.
Self-confidence, a huge part of his game. Schroeder never doubts his abilities.
On the wing, Davis. Adams defending. That shot off, and Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. 17 points was their biggest margin. Got that one up quick. And it's a 7-point Oklahoma City lead.
Using his height advantage, he gets a clean look from the mid-range.
Here's Davis. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. It's Schroeder with the drive. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Payton.
And definitely playing the opponent, but also they're playing against the clock.
I think that's the thing. You can't give away 1 second now. You're toast.
Now here's Schroeder following the shot by Drew Holiday.
And doesn't he just have a nose, a knack for the basketball? He is by far their best rebounder.
Oh, no question. He just punishes the opposition in that category, and there's no end in sight.
Schroeder against Payton. Schroeder with the ball. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where is your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.